Really pretty colors. We started the weekend with aquamarine, diamond white, white lavender, sun-kissed plum, and moonlight blue. Check that out and see if you see those colors are still here. I hope you can grab that. It's on FlexPay and on 12 months of financing if you'd like to spread out the payments over the course of a year. At the end of the hour, my pick of my show is the inversion table. It is the FitSpine X3. So this is the top of the line. And this is insane, but please listen to what I'm about to say. When we launched the Teeter tables 27 years ago, they were $10 more than this one today. Not kidding. And that was the first original table. There's been so many hundreds of upgrades and improvements made over the years. It's $289.99. I kind of want to laugh because that is such a great price. It normally is $460, but it's just this final airing coming up in this show. I had this the other night. It was extremely popular. What is so great about it, and by the way, this is FDA registered, so it's going to deal with all the things that make us feel uncomfortable, tired, because we're in pain. There's no pills, there's no appointments. This literally targets the pain at the source of the problem. And if you have a moment, read some of the reviews, because you're gonna see with almost 1,300 reviews on hsn.com, it's a 4.6 star customer pick. 95% of the people who use it would recommend it to a friend. I am that friend today to you, that I hope you can treat yourself to the table, because it literally helps decompress the spine. It has helped me in numerous ways over all the years that I've had mine, and I've had several tables, but that is the one I own. It's in my bedroom. We'll talk about that in about 30 minutes, but we're gonna start right here. I'm pretty excited about this item. We could not keep this in stock during the holidays. This is insane. We've got it back, and we've got it back at a new for you price. It is, ready, the Aspen. It's an 8-in-1. It's a solar flashlight. We'll get a graphic up there for you. It's only $22.99. It is literally everything. It's a solar flashlight. It's an AM/FM radio. It's a weather radio. It's a radio itself. It's gonna allow, it's a power bank. It's a lantern. It's an alarm. It is just the coolest thing ever. And you have a chance to pick this up at a little more than a $20 bill. It's close to half price. And there's free shipping and handling. These are the amazing colors. Our first airing, since we sold out well before the holidays, is right here in my show this morning, so have at it. We've got these beautiful colors of green and teal and red and blue and magenta. So we're gonna share with you what it does, because it is the coolest thing. Justin Hyatt, come on out. Well, I never got to offer this during the holidays. I was so mad, not at you. Just mad that it sold out.
How could you get mad at me?
I could never get mad at you, ever.
We call it the 8-in-1 flashlight. It's an emergency kit, literally all in one. And as we start to go through it, I want you to put value to every single little feature that it has. As a flashlight, how much money would you spend on a flashlight? How about this? Here's your flashlight. What about having a little desk light or a crafting light? Okay, solar right here, so you can recharge it while you're using it outside. Why would you be using it outside? Because it's also your AM/FM radio with your NOAA radio as well. So you have all of those local alerts run through our local government, letting you know what's happening minute to minute for any of those weather events that are happening. As we've seen, a lot going on just this past 6 months, this past year, and years beyond. The other thing is it's rechargeable, meaning you don't have to spend another penny on batteries. So recharge it that way.
My favorite thing.
And then,
ready?
The dynamo crank. So we can go ahead, we can do, and even if you're looking, you remember the fidget spinners? You'll find yourself just doing this. So now you can recharge it by doing the dynamo crank. You can recharge it by going ahead and using that solar panel. And you can also, right here, there's that solar panel. And by the way, talk about recharging. You can use this as a power bank. That's right. You can plug your phone into your emergency kit, your 8-in-1, to recharge your phone, your tablet. So think about it again, a power bank, a flashlight, a desk light, and an AM/FM radio with the NOAA radio. You have everything right here, so you can just have this wherever you want, in the car or in the house. I recommend at this value, it's the lowest price at this configuration with all the new colors that we've ever done.
All back in stock. The fact that it's a radio, it's a NOAA weather radio, and it's a flashlight, and it's got all the other bells. Talk about bells and whistles.
Yeah.
You are right. This is like its own little mini emergency kit right here. That's it.
So recently when we had the hurricane, the first thing I did, well, you know, I had all my stuff out. I had my eco flows out. I had my flashlights, had these out, of course. And so what I did was, you know, I set this down and I went and I hit the power button and I just had the flashlight standing up so it would hit the ceiling and illuminate down.
Great.
When you have no internet, no cell service, we had no cell service, we had no internet, I had no form of communication for days. The only form of communication I had was the things that we always fall back on. The things that work, the things that have been around for so long, our radio and our AM and FM. It was nice to listen to that local radio. So when this happened,
literally happening in Florida right now,
yeah,
like where we are.
Today is a very apocalyptic seeming day, but in Georgia and all through just even north of us, they're having this freeze that's going to be not all this like ice storm that's going to be knocking out power. Doesn't matter where you are in the country. It's a very similar story that we always talk about with all these emergency backup powers. That's exactly what this is. It's your emergency backup. It's your emergency flashlight. It's your emergency form of communication and your emergency form of entertainment. There's nothing worse than sitting in just silence. It is nice to know that we'll be able to not sit in the dark, not sit in silence, be able to have that AM, FM radio. And look, this is one of those purchases that I love because for the majority of the time, will you be using it for emergencies? No. But to know that you have an AM and FM radio that you can take outside, that you can take and listen to the radio. And I just love that. And again, leave one in the car, leave one in the house.
There's the little radio dial right here. And there's, I believe the speakers are right there. So, I mean, it's just really a cool design. What a brilliant product. I'm not at all surprised it sold out quickly before the holidays. Oh, I just put that right in my eye. That was nice. I literally shined this right in my eyeball. It's bright. I want to show you the colors. We have it in the teal. We have teal, blue, green. This is orange, and this is magenta. So if you wanted to get all 5 of them, one for each person in the house, one for each kid, if they, you know, everybody needs to have an emergency kit. And as a parent, that feels good, knowing you've at least provided them with the essential things that keep them safe, because it is stressful going through storms. It's very stressful.
Kids love flashlights. I remember as a kid thinking, I want my own flashlight. And it's funny, you know, even just thinking back to that, my grandparents, they had a flashlight. They still have it in their house that had the dynamo crank. Literally that same technology, and I love that because, you know, we always think about all these new bells and whistles, but yet when all of those things are removed, what do we fall back on? We fall back on the technology that works. Having that AM, FM, having that rechargeability with our flashlight, having the solar panel. And when we come back to one of the features I haven't even talked about, and I keep mentioning get one for the house and get one for your car, is that having that SOS built in too. So now when you're sitting there and you want to be able to be heard or be able to be seen, now we've got that SOS flashlight and you're hearing that radio right here, that audio coming out of the bottom. Now you have that audible speaker to notify anybody who, again, if you're incapacitated in an area where we have ice and we have all these different storms and somebody can't see you or hear you, it's nice to know that you have that, and it could be for your home too.
That's really cool. Did you see this part? I mean, what a well-designed piece for all of these components to be put into the size of a flashlight. I mean, you're getting 2 charging ports right there. I mean, that is the most stressful thing of all, is seeing your bullet go down to like red and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got 5%.
It's when it happens at the worst time.
Always. But you've got the ability to charge those things up. Let's give you a nice close-up tour. I'll let you do it on your end.
Well, you know, that's one of the things that's really nice about this. It's that it's not overly techy. It's very simple. Everything is accessible right here, and it looks like a flashlight, and it feels like a flashlight, except it's so much more. So we've got right here where we'll switch from that WB, which stands for weather band radio. That's how we'll be able to go ahead and turn on that NOAA radio and access all of those emergency channels where we can hear what's happening with the weather, whether it's the winter storms or hurricanes or tornadoes. And then right here we can switch from AM to FM, and then right here is how I switch to that SOS. So right back to that weather band. Here's how I'm going to turn it on. I'll control my volume. Here's how I can recharge the flashlight. So we give you that cable. And then this is one of the things that I love, is that with all of the things that we have built in, you can still use this as a power bank. So plug in your phone in that emergency. Plug in your tablet in that emergency, knowing that you have something. Again, in an overall kit, that's what this is. So if, again, when we thought about putting value to all of the things, how much would you spend on a radio? AM and FM and NOAA radio. How much would you spend on a power bank? We sell power banks for $50 by themselves.
Absolutely.
And then think about the flashlight. And I love, you know what, we talk about just all the different ways that you can use this day to day. I love this little down light because this is one of those things where you're just gonna be like, I've been looking for a perfect light to just put right by my bed. If you're a crafter, you know light is extremely important. You're gonna love having that little light right here.
That
collapses
is super
right down.
cool.
And maybe it's just reading a book right by your favorite little lazy boy couch.
Right.
And you're doing your nails.
Doing your nails.
Why didn't I think of that?
Maybe trimming your beard.
Yeah, well, no, that's, I let it grow.
It's cold, so you need a little extra warmth.
Exactly, yes.
So yeah, I mean, when this happens, there's, what the first thing you reach for is a flashlight.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of something that's more than just one thing. A flashlight is a flashlight until you get this. The Aspen, it's a flashlight, but everything else matters. That you don't have to go, rummaging through the emergency kit if you put one together.
Right.
Most of us are like, have good intentions. But when it's all put together in this one small condensed design, brilliant.
It is. And it's interesting because when you're looking at it, you can't really feel the weight of it. But I got to tell you, one of the things, especially when you look at the size, you might think, well, how heavy is that? When we look at flashlights like this, I think we become jaded because we just assume, well, that is going to be a very heavy flashlight. We're so used to seeing these where they have those D batteries in them. No D batteries
I know the one
needed,
you're talking
right?
about. Those are
those
heavy.
gigantic, heavy flashlights. This weighs absolutely nothing. It's going to feel comfortable in your hand. And again, I love the fact that, yeah, it looks like a flashlight because often we'll see some of these different versions where they don't feel like a flashlight. So carrying them around, and maybe your emergency kit might be in the bathroom, it might be in the kitchen, wherever you decide to have this flashlight, it's going to fit seamlessly and it's going to be there for you in what we call emergencies. But then it's so accessible and easy. You grab it, you say, let's go listen to the AM and FM radio by the pool. Let's go and take this and leave it in the car. We're going on a road trip. Grab the Aspen flashlight.
For sure, put one in your glove box. For sure, put one in every car because you never know. I mean, a flat tire and you're on the roads and it's dark and there's snowing and all the things. Everything you need in the event of an emergency is right here, and it's 12 ounces, by the way.
Is that what 12 ounces? Is nothing.
It's so light. It's so portable. But that light, I don't want to flash the camera too bright, but look at how bright that is. And then that is just one of the lights. There's the other one, and everything is just operated right here.
Yep.
So it's just a brilliant thing, and it stands up on its own. If you want that light straight up, it stands up this way. If you want the light straight down, there's the tuning dial, and then you went through all the other dials right here. There's your antenna because it is not just an AM FM radio. I mean, it gets all the weather information that's most important, evacuation zones and things like that.
So hurricane, and this is my real true life story. Hurricane hits, we have internet at that moment. I can see kind of what's happening. But there was about an hour where we lost power, we lost internet, I had no cell service. When that hurricane could have shifted further north, and then we would have had even worse storm surge. By worse, I mean a more 15-foot storm surge. All of that hour of communication, you know how I was able to have it and keep it? Was with this. And that's why I say, look, yeah, you think, well, we'll always have cell service. We'll always have internet. You won't. And in those moments where even the next day where I go outside and I'm having to do all the cleanup, you know what I did? I'm out there outside with the AM radio and the FM radio, listening to the local news and listening to see what happened. You know, the stadium right here, the Tropicana Field, had no idea that the whole entire roof had been ripped off. Yep. But I was able to know right here from my radio everything that was happening, what roads were closed. This is your line of communication. This is also what keeps that line of communication open because you have that power bank. So you can charge your phone up when I have cell service back and can communicate with anybody as well.
And that in and of itself is huge. I think this too. Let's talk about this little crank.
You can hear the rain.
Yeah, it's
pouring
really,
here.
It's really storming here. So you can charge this up with the little charging cable that we give you, and then this is the other way of doing like a kinetic charge, isn't it?
So, I had the EcoFlow, of course, and if you're not familiar, that's where our backup power, but I wanted to put this to the test. And so after about 3 days of using radio and using the flashlight and going out, and even during the storm, I was outside looking at the flood, seeing how close the water was getting to the house. After about 3 or 4 days of using it consistently, I was able to just go ahead and do this and recharge it. And knowing you have that, I can tell you that we always mention peace of mind. When you put it to the test and you feel just doing this and you realize, wow, this is the way that I get to recharge it. And then during the day while I was listening to the radio, you know what I did? I opened this up. And now with that solar, it was recharging.
Oh, that's
so it's
right.
recharging with the sun while I'm listening to the radio. And then if I wanted to recharge it even faster, I just use that dynamo crank and I can just continue to do this.
So 3 ways to keep it charged.
Yep.
The sun, the crank, or the cable that we're giving you. And then all the other things. I mean, how many things do you need to keep charged when you're without power? I mean, phones, tablets,
yep.
laptops. I mean, you can do, you've got what you need. And that's what I think is so brilliant. This is an incredible price at this. I think this is a lower price than when we did it before the holidays.
Well, and the free shipping.
And free shipping.
Which is crazy. And that's why, you know, when we do that, I always say, like, look, if you can grab 2 or 3 at this and put one in the house and put one in the car, but this is the lowest that we've done at the single pack and with all the new colors. Because originally we only had the blue and kind of our red and or orange.
Oh.
We added the green, and then I don't know what we're calling this.
This one is called turquoise.
The turquoise, and then the magenta.
Okay, so here's magenta.
All of those are brand new colors that we are just launching as well.
We do have the green, the blue, and the turquoise. If you wanted all 5 colors, I wouldn't blame you one bit. When you look at the price, it's close to buying one and getting one almost free, especially with free shipping on as many of them as you would like. That adds up, and boy, what a smart thing. Here we are, it's the middle of January, long winter ahead for a lot of you, and even without the winter, there's always some reason. Power went out. There's so many reasons that happens, not just the icicles taking down the power lines, as you and I both know in Minnesota. But, you know, sometimes, you know, somebody can drive into a power.
I've had that happen.
Me too.
It was one of 3 homes. I was like, what is going on? How is this possible? I'm looking outside, it's a beautiful day. And unfortunately, I think there was like a work truck that ended up hitting into one of the power poles. Anything can happen. Yeah,
no, it happened in my neighborhood. Like, our neighborhood was without power for like 8 hours. Some lady just didn't take the full turn and ran into. Anyway, we all know what happens.
Yep.
I just know that it feels so good being prepared.
Yeah.
Nothing feels better than that, so.
And doing one purchase that prepares you for 8 different things and knowing you can recharge it, this is a no-brainer.
Over 1,000 gone.
And this was a customer pick when we had it at the 2-pack.
Oh yeah, but it's not, only because this is now a brand new colors, a new configuration. It's gonna be, oh, thank you. I'm so glad I got the first airing. I whined and complained so much that I didn't
You're not a whiner and complainer. I don't believe that.
Not too much until I am. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're moving straight on to another really, really important product. Because when power goes out or certain things happen, sometimes the surge in power can literally just wipe out your laptop or your phones. And think about all the things you've got on your phones and your laptops, your pictures and your videos and your music and your documents. This is the ultimate backup. Wow, what a good feeling this is. I own this product and I feel so good knowing all the years of my son, now 29 years old, I've got all the videos, all the pictures, everything backed up in one safe location. This is a 500 gigabyte solid state hard drive backup solution. It comes with a case, it comes with antivirus, and it is really, in fact, this one truly does live up to its name, doesn't it? We've got these in fun colors now. We've got the black, the blue, and the purple. That's the case that you're getting as well. And by the way, this is plug and play with your Macs, your PCs, your Chromebook computers, and even wirelessly to your phones and tablets and things like that. So wherever you've got your documents and your important information, don't take the risk that it's always going to be there, because something could take it out and then there is nothing you can do. And if you've been paying for the cloud because you need extra storage and space, maybe you clear out some of the space on the laptop. Maybe you're getting a new laptop and you want to put all the old laptop information right on here. There's plenty of room to hold it all. Lori Leland is here to talk it through.
Hi.
I'm very excited this is back.
This is such a great idea. It really is a must-have for everybody that uses devices. It happened to me. I actually had my phone stolen.
Oh.
Yeah, this was a few years ago. I was doing a video, a training in a police training facility, and somebody stole my phone. That just shows you it could happen anytime, anywhere. You never know. I thought I was in a safe place, right? Police training facility. Nope, my phone got stolen. So here's why we love Ultimate Backup. This is going to back up all the things you care about in your life, basically every single device. So this is going to work with your Chromebook, as you mentioned, Callie. It's going to work with your PC. It's going to work with your Mac. This also works to back up your phones, your tablets. It could be any brand, Apple, Android. It even is going to work on your Kindle Fire 10.0 and above. We love that. But it is that tangible, safe, in-hand backup copy. And here's how easy it is to use. Because a lot of us know, you know, you've got that computer, and the computers these days, they don't have a big terabyte drive anymore. They have like 64 gigabytes of memory, and that's it. So this computer is not meant to store a lot of stuff. You're gonna need that external hard drive to be able to store all the things that you care about. So this is gonna back up everything, and all you're gonna do is plug it right in. You get this cable right here. So I just wanna show you, the USB-C goes right in here into the side of your Ultimate Backup. Really easy, right? Now at this end, you've got a USB, but then this pops off, and it's also C. So C to C simply means if you have that brand spanking new laptop, or you've got a desktop that has that C-type port, you can back up even faster by plugging this right in. So it's really easy. You plug it in, you're not downloading any programs or anything that's gonna take up a lot of space on your phone, or on your computer. So if you have limited space on your computer, you don't have to do that. The software is already built in here to Ultimate Backup. So, or you can download the app. There is an app for a lot of the computers too. So
before we show you even more, I want to make sure you guys see what this is. $79.
Oh, I know, crazy.
$79. This is crazy because it should be about $300.
Right.
You are getting the best price. Normally, we do it around $150. So this is almost half the price that we typically offer. In retail, good luck finding even that price. But this is absolutely insanely good in terms of pricing. There it is. It's $270.
Can you believe that? $270 just for the 500 gigabyte backup drive. No moving parts, doesn't get hot.
That's what other people pay.
Drive. It's exactly right. And then the case would be another $25 on top of that.
We give that to you as well.
Exactly. And you know what? A lot of the backups out there, it's like this big open space, and you have to drag and drop all of your stuff into it, and everything just sits there like in a little warehouse of space.
This is just like...
This organizes everything.
It does.
So it shows me my iPhone, which is different from my iPad, which has a different spot than my computers.
I don't know
all
how
my
it
various
does
computers. It's brilliant. So I'm gonna click right here. You have the option of going in. You can select my photos. I wanna do my videos. Maybe you wanna do music, your documents, Excel spreadsheets. Maybe it's your Word documents. This is gonna do all of that. It can even do social media. So I'll show you that in a moment. I'm gonna tap Start Backup. This is going to work to seek out what I selected. In this case, I selected pictures because I wanted to be able to show you guys. I have 2,700 pictures, over 27, almost 2,800 pictures. Look at this, we're halfway done.
Wow.
That's how fast this is. You can see all of the pictures now. So everything that's on this computer that I selected, and you can choose what you want to back up, is now being made onto a copy onto your Ultimate Backup. So that's going to give you the confidence to go in and say, oh, I can delete all that and make your laptop like new.
Exactly.
Or with your cell phone, if you've ever gone to take a picture, or maybe you want to shoot a video, your kids are doing cute stuff, your pets are out there, doing cute tricks, you get that horrible message that says, hey, you got to delete something because you're out of space. That is the worst feeling to feel, right? With this now, you can back everything up, clear off your phone, and now you have brand new space. A lot of my friends are keeping their cheap iPhone that's a little bit older.
That's so funny you say that.
Now they're restoring the space.
Just yesterday, Tracy and I were like, oh my gosh, look, I couldn't even send an email to my friend Paul with attachments because there wasn't enough storage for me to be able to.
My phone's saying the message too.
So we've just literally been talking about that. I'm like, I don't want to get a new phone. I love my phone. I don't want to spend whatever it is to have to get a new phone.
Exactly.
Back up the stuff that's on your phone or your tablets or,
all of it.
All of it.
All of those devices with 500 gigabytes, back it all up.
Exactly. Mac, PC, Chromebook, tablets, phones, and 500 gigs
500
is
gigs.
A ton of space.
So while you're watching this video, let me break down what all of that space is for you. So 500 gigabytes, you know what that is? That's about 160,000 photographs. It's 120 hours of high definition video. It's 8,000 hours of music, not 8,000 songs, 8,000 hours of music.
Wow.
Each song is like, what, 2 or 3 minutes?
That's really huge.
So that's tens of thousands of songs you're gonna be able to download on this. And anything that is on your computer, you can select basically to be able to back up. When it's done, you get this nice happy green check mark, and that simply means you've got that safe, tangible, in-hand backup copy right here on your Ultimate Backup. So, I hate to think about it, but all this crazy weather that's been going on, the horrible wildfires in California, sometimes you have to evacuate your home. We went through it about 4 months ago here in Florida with the hurricanes. We had to evacuate our home, and we had to run around and grab, laptops, tablets, all this stuff. And by the time the car is full of all of the technology, there was barely room in the car for people. We could barely get our dog in. This is all you need to grab. So that emergency happens now. Everything is backed up. You have that safe, tangible, in-hand backup copy. So let me show you real quick right here. This is gonna show me everything that's on my Ultimate Backup, and it organizes everything neatly. So my iPhone backup is right there in a file folder, okay? Easy to find. I've got my laptop right here, the HP laptop that we're working on. I've got my iPad. Everything is laid out in its own tidy, neat file folder. So you mentioned something. Not only can you get rid of the cloud with this, we're gonna talk about that in a minute, but maybe you bought a brand new computer. And one of our biggest frustrations is, oh, I got this shiny new computer, but it's blank, it doesn't have anything on it. You're gonna be able to plug in Ultimate Backup to your old computer, back up all the things you want to, and then transfer over to your new computer all the things you want to bring with you to the new computer.
And leave everything else back on the backup.
Exactly.
So this is like a little mini powerhouse backup computer, literally. I think I got an update. Andre, you said which one of these is most limited right now? So this one is black silver. That one is the most limited.
Yeah, order silver on that.
Order silver on this one. This one's blue. These are new colors. The purple is selling the fastest right now.
Love that purple.
It is one of those things that's easy to put off, isn't it, Lori? You put it off and just keep your fingers crossed that it's not going to happen to you until it does.
I know.
And then guess what? There is nothing you can do if it's not backed up. And I mean, who wants to spend more than you already do on your phone?
Oh my gosh.
By having to, get storage in the cloud. I mean, I don't know what that costs per month because I don't do it, but
I don't want to do it either. I talked to Marlo Smith, good friend of ours, show host here at HSN about 6 months ago, and she said, we were having a conversation around backing your stuff up, and I think it was about Ultimate Backup, and she said, you know what, I think I'm only paying about $3 a month for the cloud, and I thought that's not too bad. $36 for the whole year, that's not too bad. She came back to me a week or two later, and she's like, I checked my bill, it's $10 a month. Now it's $120 every single year, and do you know how long that lasts? Forever. You pay that every single year for basically as long as you want that company to hold your stuff. And then what happens if you don't want them to hold it anymore? Where does it go?
Yeah. Where does
it
go?
Disappear? Is
That's
it gone forever? And it's pictures, videos, precious memories for a lifetime.
It's right here.
Right here.
This is everything. This is like, in some cases, your life.
Yeah.
Like it's everything from
taxes
to medical records
documents.
to all the things that we save and store because you need them. One day you're going to need to access them. 500 gigabytes. This is like, that's how tiny this is. And that's why I'm encouraging, at this price, are you kidding me? This is the lowest price
ever
by a lot too, by the way. $79.99. We did it at $150 over the holidays, I think, or earlier last year. But in retail, this is a $260 500 gigabyte backup. It is the best price, and it is the best thing because it's so easy to do. Can we show one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. And let me just show you right here in the settings. So right in the settings, this is within the app that opens up when you plug this in. So again, you don't have to download anything that's going to take up space on your computer. If you do want to download a free app out of the app stores for Ultimate Backup, that is an option as well. But this is assessing everything on my computer. So Callie, I could do my contacts, my desktop. It knows I have documents on here. Do I want to get my downloads, my favorites, my links? So if I am starting up a brand new computer, it's got all of my favorite bookmarks and all of that stuff from the web, which is huge. What about my OneDrive? If you've ever downloaded a OneDrive and have OneDrive kind of on your computer, it sort of takes over everything on your whole computer.
I noticed that at work the other day here.
It's a lot.
I'm like, what is this about?
You can't get away from it. So with this, now you can download everything that OneDrive has been storing for you, and you don't have to use OneDrive anymore if you don't want to. Pictures, saved games, Google Photos, Facebook, email. Think about all the things. If you're a crafter and you've got these really kind of exotic file folders, you can go in and select those too, and it'll get those for your various crafting devices.
Keeps you organized too.
It does. And then if you are using a phone or a tablet, this is going to back up phones and tablets wirelessly. All you do is download the free app on your phone or tablet.
I love that.
Put in your same credentials. It's just email and password. And then all you do is tap back up right here. This is, again, seeking out and finding your pictures, your videos, all of the things that you want to be able to back up. Then, Callie, once you plugged in your Ultimate Backup to your computer, the next time you'll see on a banner at the top, it'll say, hey, we see that you have a phone backup. Do you want to save it to Ultimate Backup? And allow you to do that. Isn't that amazing?
I mean, sometimes really technology just blows my mind, doesn't it?
Magic.
Like, I don't even want to know how it does all that.
Right?
I just want to know it does.
It does.
Especially knowing I'm not spending $260 like you do in retail to get this anywhere but here. Get yours in the black and silver if you want. We've got about 100 or so left of that, but we do have the other two colors, the blue and the purple. We give you the case. This is $260 in retail. Any one of these, whatever color, you'd spend $25 for the case. We give you the case, and we're charging you like a fraction of the real price of what you would find in the retail market. The ultimate backup is here. It's a solid-state hard drive. That backup is so secure. By the way, it also comes with antivirus.
It does. So it has powerful antivirus built right in. So if you have that older computer you want to migrate your stuff off of, but you're afraid that virus that never really cleared on that old machine could move to your new machine, this is going to filter that virus out. So powerful antivirus. 2 more features I just want to touch on really quickly. I know we're almost at the end of our presentation. You have the ability in your free app to be able to tap right here. It's right at the bottom and it says capture. You're gonna, or camera, sorry. You're gonna be able to scan pictures, and those pictures are gonna bypass your phone memory and go directly onto your ultimate backup when you plug your ultimate backup into your computer. You can also take pictures or scan, so those 2 things you can do also. Now take a look at this. You can even improve your photographs. So there is a whole suite of photo improvement software that is built into your app on your computer, or when you're downloading the app on your phone. And let me just show you what you can do. Here's one of my baby pictures from when I was, you know, real small. And girl, look at all that wood paneling. My beautiful mother, this is all ripped up. We're gonna restore this photo. We're gonna colorize it. Look at that wood paneling. Is that crazy? I have one of Guy and Danny, his son Danny, super handsome Guy and Danny right here. Look how blurry this picture is. It's
I remember
gorgeous.
when Danny was that little.
Do you remember? I mean, and look at this. We're gonna make it crisp to the point where you can see the gleam in their eyes. Look at how much prettier this is. I've got one of Suzanne Runyon's mother. She has very few pictures of her mother back in the day because her mother passed away, unfortunately, very young. But look at this. We're colorizing these old photographs and bringing them back to life. That is one of the many features of Ultimate Backup, but the main feature here.
That is crazy that it can do that.
It can
improve
do that
pictures
as
like
well,
that.
right on your computer.
How are you not getting
phone,
this? I'm getting
your
this.
Tablet.
I mean, I have an Ultimate Backup, but that was for my old computer.
Right, right.
And now just realizing all the issues I'm having with my phone, and I don't want a new phone. I love my phone.
And you don't want to pay for the cloud.
I don't want to pay for the cloud. I am like, why wouldn't I? Because then you can store so many things and question. It's not just, this is a backup for just one laptop, right?
No, it's going to do every device basically in your entire life because it's got 500 gigabytes. So it's going to work with your phones, your tablets, Apple, Android, any brands. It's going to work with your laptops and your desktops. It's going to work with Mac, PC, Chromebook. It works with your Kindle Fire tablets. And all you're going to do is you're going to plug it in. I showed you that really handy dandy cable that you're getting that comes with this. It's C to USB or C to C if you pop off that little cover. Plug it right in. That is going to load up that program that's already right there on your Ultimate Backup. So it's really easy for you to use. You don't have to download anything onto your computer unless you want to download the app. There's an app for it in the App Store, so a couple different ways for you to be able to use this. But what I love about it is when you go to that home screen right here, you simply select what you want to back up right away, or you can do that deeper dive and get the file folders and get the spreadsheets, Excel spreadsheets, or any of that type of thing. But I can do photos, videos, docs, or music right here from the home screen. It never does duplicates, Callie. So it is going through. Now I do have it selected to do duplicates because otherwise it would tell me right now we just did these pictures, right? So I have duplicates unselected here, but it won't do duplicates unless you want it to. But look at how it's flying through. This is showing me all the pictures that I want to be able to back up are now being made a copy onto Ultimate Backup so I can clear my computer. I can clear the pictures and the videos off my phone, off my tablets.
What a great product and an incredible price. I'm shocked that this is priced like this. $79.99 as opposed to $260 is what you'd spend in retail. Last call on the black silver combo. You get the case too. Item is $900,731. There's free shipping, a month to try this. I'm excited. I'm gonna get it.
Hey, it's a new year. Let's clean everything up. Let's back everything up. And you said it. You don't want that coulda, woulda, shoulda moment. Like a week from now, if your computer crashes, you wish you'd gotten it. Get this now.
I'm so glad this was in the show. Thank you.
Thanks
I actually asked for this one for the show today. Really glad you're getting it. $900,731. Also wanted to remind you, because this is that show every week that is full of variety, and I love this new DG2 jean that we just featured yesterday. I had it with Sam. I mean, you guys, like over 20,000 of these sold just yesterday. The brand new, but only new because of some colors, and I see some of them are gone now, but the stretch is incredible. The pull-on style, go down to your dream size in the virtual stretch because it's a full-on 5-pocket jegging. That color is, oh, we maybe still do have a couple of the sizes in the bright fashion colors, but check them out. Read reviews, an amazing product that you'll live in. You'll never want to take them off. The item is 86143. So check those out. And as we continue, we're going to be talking about a way to just really, really feel better in your life with our Teeter X3. But in the meantime, we mentioned several times today how our thoughts are so with you, our customers, our family, our friends, our vendor community out in California. For any of you who have been impacted by the California wildfires, I know it's been a terrible time. HSN has made a donation to the American Red Cross relief efforts. And if you would like to join us in these efforts, we would love to have you go to hsn.com. You'll find the donation link right there. We hope you can help too.
I've got a dare for you. Open this can with just one touch. Can you do it? You can with the Kitchen HQ electric can opener. It will open any, and I mean any size can. Just put it on top and push the button. No cranking, no rough edges, no lid falling into the can with the food. This is a game changer. When it's done cutting, it stops. There's also a magnet on the bottom that easily removes the top. And if you need to recap it, you can reuse the top. Truly hands-free and automatic. This would be great for people with arthritis or maybe just someone who's sick of cranking open the cans. Okay, I think that is enough beans. Well, you can scan the QR code on your screen or shop the item number on hsn.com or on the HSN app. Does anyone want any beans? I got a lot of beans here. Definitely bought too many beans.
At Tarte, our philosophy is all about breaking down beauty boundaries. I wanted to create a makeup line to help you feel your best, like you can handle anything. I know you're gonna love them.
Join us for Tarte Cosmetics on HSN.
Be the first to know when your favorite brands and celebrities will be on HSN. Submit your email for when to watch directly at the bottom of an hsn.com product page. You'll receive email notification every time your favorite brands will be live on HSN.
So I couldn't recommend it highly enough to anyone out there who suffers any sort of low back pain.
My mom said the first time I got on that thing and inverted, she said the look on my face, I looked like I was so relieved, the pressure.
And I will continue to use it for my back for many years to come.
It's been one of the best purchases that I've ever made in my life.
I have 6 grandkids, and I am able to get on the floor and play with them. Thanks for being there for me. I really appreciate it. Keep up the good work and stay upside down.
Man, it feels so good and just really relaxes you. I don't know that I'll ever not use this every day.
We use it every night right before we go to bed. We love our inversion table and we couldn't do without it.
I just really wanted to say thank you.
It is indeed my pick of the show. Always is. It's my favorite all-time best-selling product here at HSN, and it's yours too. 27 years ago, we launched the first Teeter inversion table. 27 years ago. It's still our #1 best-selling, what I call passive fitness piece of equipment. But 27 years ago, the price of the original table was $299. 27 years fast forward, massive amounts of improvements and upgrades, and it's the #1 bestseller in terms of the top of the line, and it's $10 less than 27 years ago. Yet, all the while, people have been enjoying the benefits of inversion. 3 million users all over the globe, and we're watching Donna do the inversion. Let me share with you this, though. If you want to take a minute to read some reviews, you're going to be very impressed because people who have spent a lot more money on the top of the line X3 table have made this a customer pick. There's literally like 1,300 reviews, and it's a 4.6 out of 5-star rated customer pick. 95% of the people who've done inversion, use inversion, would recommend it to a friend, and you will too, knowing, by the way, this is FDA registered. There's a lot to talk about with this. By the way, there's a 400% safety rating on this, not the other ones that are out there. Don't be fooled by the competition or the competitors, because they are way, I mean, they're just not good. This is the one with UL safety certification that makes such a big difference, a 300-pound weight capacity. And we're gonna talk more about the details and the things that we can now talk about in regards to how it helps people live a life that is pain-free. We are going to talk about that with Riley Teeter, amazing woman. I love Riley, and truly, I always thought of your dad as like my second father because I didn't have one growing up, and he was just one of my favorite people of all time.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I mean, and he loved being here. He was impassioned about this product. He lived with back pain for 5 years. I mean, back pain that was so debilitating that he couldn't get out of bed in the morning. He would roll to the ground. He would crawl to the shower to get hot water in his back just to be able to stand up. And he tried everything. I mean, every type of option out there, he gave it a shot. And it wasn't until he was introduced to inversion that he finally got relief. But guess what, Callie? Back then, it was gravity boots. So you had to like bend over, strap your ankles in, hold onto a bar, hoist yourself up, and it was full inversion. And my dad was an engineer, and he said, I know I can make it better. I know I can make it more accessible for more people. That was 44 years ago.
Wow, and still going strong. I mean, the product is global. I would love, if you don't mind, starting with what the FDA even allows us to talk about, because back at the beginning when it was $2.99, we didn't even have all of these things that we could share with everybody.
Right, I mean, it's pretty huge, all the different things that can be benefited from using a teeter for just 3 minutes. So FDA gave us overarching back pain, also sciatica, that's a pinched nerve. So if you have radiating pain, numbness in your leg or down your arm, that's a pinched nerve. Using the teeter will help give you relief. Spinal degenerative joint disease, spinal curvature due to tight muscles. Do you have bad posture? This is going to help fix it. Muscle tension, herniated discs. Another term for herniated disc is bulge disc, slip disc, degenerative disc disease, spinal stenosis, facet syndrome, and muscle spasm. So, I mean, you think about that, that's huge because we're talking about muscle issues. We're talking about alignment issues, disc issues, all of these things relieved naturally with it at the source. Instead of like taking a pill where your back's still screaming, you just can't hear it anymore. This is real relief. The spot that's aching, if you have a pinched nerve, you're relieving the pressure, you're relieving the pain right at the source. If you have a herniated disc, you're giving your disc a chance to recover and rejuvenate. I mean, this is something where no side effects, all upside. You're
100%.
It's pretty incredible, and that's truly, Callie, why we're the only brand inversion table that has been on HSN in all 27 years. We've been incredibly popular. You've never brought in a competitor because we're the only FDA registered one. For all of those 10 benefits, we're the only ones with the UL safety certification, and it works.
It really does. I've had a couple different tables over the years, and I think I just unplugged myself. But I mean, it is just one of the most incredible things. I've had my lower back has been my issue since I was a 12-year-old girl, little childhood injury. And we all have a story, don't we? I mean, whether it's a golfing accident or just one-sided activities, everybody's got a story because dealing with pain from a back injury or any kind of other issue is so exhausting and debilitating, and it makes you cranky, and you just can't live your full life.
You can't, and your back is Grand Central Station. It is the foundation of everything that your body does, from the communication between the rest of the brain and the rest of the body because of the spinal cord, from your flexibility to your mobility, just your general ability to be active. If your spine isn't functioning properly, you are not functioning properly. And here is a solution that goes, again, 3 minutes. It's going to naturally realign your spine. It's going to relax tense muscles, rejuvenate the discs. So if they have injury, it's going to help them recover, and it's going to relieve pressure on nerve roots.
Oh, the relief is amazing. We've got some testimonials I'd love to share with you. Bob is the first that I'd love to share. We can relate to so many of the different testimonials that we'll hear about. I'm going to jump on the table too, because for me, you don't have to go into full inversion. If anybody's been freaked out or scared, like, I don't know, what do I do if I can't get up? We're going to show you that. There is zero, I mean, it's so easy and it is so comfortable, and you only need to do it basically like 3 minutes a day.
Yeah. I mean, it's gentle. It's simply a stretch using your body weight and gravity. And a great analogy that I think will help you visualize what's happening is think about a tangled necklace sitting on a counter. If you grab one end and you pull the other, it will just gently and naturally just straighten out. And that is what we are doing with the spine, is we are just pulling on one end using the same weight that's compressive when you are upright to decompress. And so your neck is being decompressed by your head weight, your lower back's being decompressed by your whole torso weight. So each joint is getting the perfect stretch to bring the pressure in the spine to at or near zero. And Callie, this is really important because this is why 3 to 5 minutes is such a dramatic result, because there's background compression in your spine, even when you're laying down. And you need to pull 60% of your body weight to bring the pressure to zero. And when that happens, these discs that don't have a blood supply, because every other part of your body has a blood supply, and when injury happens, there's constant nutrition and feeding of the cells through the blood supply. Your discs don't have that. They rely on the moments when the pressure is off of them to absorb the nutrition that they need. So again, going to bed at night, there's still background compression. It takes a long time for those discs to get the nutrition. When we get on the teeter, in 3 minutes, with the pressure at zero, those discs just absorb the nutrition so that they can recover.
Well, and this is so interesting. I mean, watching how it affects the body. This is the study that I think is fascinating.
Right, because this was a medical study where volunteers permitted a pressure sensor to be surgically implanted in their disc. And it's really showing us, why is back pain epidemic? What are we doing in our lifestyle? So here we know that bending over is hard on your back. That's why they tell you lift with your legs. But this is the big deal. Look, when we sit down, we think we're taking a load off. But the muscles relax and the pressure goes way up in the disc. They're carrying all the weight. And so if you have a pinched nerve or any issue that the FDA has indicated this for, that can be really hard on your back. But here we see when you go to bed at night, there's background compression. So those discs that are hungry to get the nutrition that they need to recover and rejuvenate take hours and hours to get what they need. And this study showed you need to pull about 60% of your body weight, and then the pressure in the disc gets to at or near zero, and all of a sudden those discs get the recovery. So this is showing stretching, relaxing muscles, realigning the spine, and of course,
oh, you guys, this is our last show. And by the way, this price will go up to $459. Because this is the X3. This is not the original. There have been so many improvements. We'll in fact take you on a tour of them after we listen to Bob, because his story is so compelling. Like every person who lives in pain and then had relief because of the teeter tables. So listen to Bob, and then we'll show you more about the table afterwards.
I love to golf. I walk 18 holes of golf every Sunday. I was hurting all the time. And golf was a chore. I wasn't hitting the ball that well. I saw the teeter commercial, and I saw one of the guys saying, you know, he inverts and gets out and he plays. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. After like 10 or 12 days, I was fully inverting and I'm flexing on it. And I'm like, wow, you know, it's giving your spine a mini vacation because you're taking all that pressure off of it, letting it stretch out. It's given me a lot of motion back. My pain is reduced. My outlook is great. And I'm hitting the ball the best I've hit since I've been playing golf, you know, since I was 30. I'm jazzed. I'm just, you know. Every Saturday we take the grandkids for like 5 or 6 hours, and pretty much anything they want to do, I can keep up with them. And that's huge. I mean, that's quality of life. That's big stuff. You can't buy that. I mean, and that's what you want to do. Tina helps me lead the physical life I want to live. I don't just endorse stuff unless it's made a big change in my life, and this is one of the things that's made a big change in my life.
It has literally changed millions of people's lives. Literally, millions of people all over the world. I'm glad you're here. This is our last show of the visit. This price will not be extended after this weekend. This is it. So don't even think twice about it. I recommend get it home. If you've ever thought about doing it, don't keep putting it off, because back pain is just going to be sitting there waiting for you. You know, all the little things that we do in life, like I was telling you, I bent over to shave my legs a couple months ago, and I'm like, oh, there it went. and you educated me that it was just there waiting.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, what's interesting is that it wasn't that small little incident that blew out your back. In fact, injury had been building over time. You just didn't realize it because your discs don't have nerve endings. So there's no feeling as small tears start to build slowly over time. And that's literally why they call it the straw that broke the camel's back, because it's one seemingly small thing like making the bed or picking up groceries, and all of a sudden your back goes boom.
Yep.
And that was it.
So since then, I've been really regular on my inversion table.
Right.
It's right in my bedroom, up next to my bed, and I know yours is
well,
too.
that's why getting started even before that, because why wait until you have a big problem? Like, get ahead of it. And that's why it's so great for the family, because if somebody in the family already has back pain, I promise you, everybody else is a ticking time bomb. You know, I mean, our backs are doing so many things. We're sitting more, we're in bad posture. I mean, bad posture creates localized high stress points. Your shoulders are over like this. It's not only unattractive, but it causes stress. So improving your posture. Everybody can get a benefit from using the teeter because it's not just dealing with pain, it's preventative and it's improving posture.
I'm gonna jump on. As I do, let's talk through it. It goes from how tall to how tall?
4'8" to 6'6", 300-pound user weight capacity with a 400% safety factor. And real quick, I wanna show everybody, this is the X3. So you're getting every feature that we offer. It has our special decompressive surface bed. This is critical. I want you to pay attention to this because this is what really makes this something where the FDA has us registered. Because if I put foam on this bed, your body would sink in and you would not get the stretch. Right, so think about putting foam on a kid's slide at the park. They wouldn't slide anymore. And I bring this up because our competitors, it's gimmicks, right? So you need a smooth decompressive surface. We added, included with your purchase today is 8 nodes. There's 4 different heights. You get 2 of each. This is like a massage therapist. You find the knot,
and you put them wherever you would like. If you don't want them on there, you can just take them off.
Just remove them, right. Then you get the lumbar bridge, which is adjustable to multiple different positions. This is one of my favorite features because it is fixed. It allows you to square your hips. So if you have, because if you go to the chiropractor you've ever been, they lay you down and they look at your leg length, and it's not because your legs are actually different lengths, it's because it's an indication that your hips are twisted, right? And which happens really easily, actually. I mean, if you're sitting on a wallet or sitting with your legs crossed, this can twist your hips.
Interesting.
And so we wanna get that foundation of your spine realigned first. So this helps do that. All right, so real quick, 1, 2, 3 could not be easier. First thing you're gonna do is set your height. Callie, what should I set?
5'9".
Okay. Go right here. And then you can set your maximum angle of inversion. So if you know you want to start at a very gentle angle, you can do that. And again, you never have to go to full inversion. Benefits begin at just 20 degrees and are fully realized at 60 degrees, which is about the angle of the rear leg.
And then this is a huge upgrade. Used to be, that was an extra upseller if you wanted the upgraded foot.
Well, this was originally made for the medical community. And then HSN customers said, we would really like to have that. And so my dad made it happen.
Oh my gosh. So you really are getting the best table, the X3. This is the Fit Spine at lower than the price of the original table 27 years ago. That's why this weekend is so important, and I'm really glad you're watching. So don't wait, because if you wait until after this weekend, you're gonna spend $460 for the same table.
Yeah.
Okay, here I go. I love my inversion table. It's so comfortable. I don't use my tether strap when I'm at home because I feel comfortable going into full inversion. But I just love sharing with everybody who's concerned about how do you get up. Watch my knees. You bend your knees, pull your arms back to your hips, and it automatically just brings you back up. So you can go back and forth. I love the rocking motion like you're seeing Donna doing. Yeah, this just feels so good.
It's easy. It's weight distribution because we set the height, and so Callie, half of her body weight's on one side of the pivot point, half her body weight's on the other. So it's simply moving the weight to one end or the other that controls the rotation. So you are in complete control of how far you go back, how quickly you go back, by the speed of which you move your arms. And then see, she stretched out even. So when she brought her arms to her side, she didn't come back up the same way because her spine had elongated and more weight had moved headward. So then she had to bend her knees a little bit. But you can see you are in complete control. This isn't a situation where it's scary or that you have to go back too far. And then this is literally just letting your body help itself. You're stretching it. The body weight is gently stretching your entire spine, realigning it, rejuvenating the discs, stretching and relaxing muscles, and relieving nerve pressure. 4 different ways you're targeting back pain. 4 different ways you're creating a healthy spine, and it takes just 3 minutes.
Oh, you guys, it's so peaceful. It's just like, that's why we call it the passive side of exercise. I know your dad used to do upside down crunches, and he was amazing. Take it there if you want to. But before our time runs out, I'd love to listen to a couple of the doctors. Because doctors, a neurosurgeon is on deck to tell you more about what he thinks. So take a listen.
So when you decompress, there is a lengthening of the spine. And by doing so, with a greater disc height, you've got more room for the nerves. There's less compression with the facet joints, and the spine is just much happier.
For the past 53 years, I've been a neurosurgeon with a major interest in chronic pain and dealing with many patients with back pain. Most patients tell me if they use their teeter inversion table on a regular basis, they simply feel much better. No one has to do anything to you, and I think it's a very natural way to deal with the problem.
That's what I love the most, a natural way of dealing with the problem. Don't take pills and don't schedule the appointments. This will do something naturally, and it targets right where the source of the pain is.
And you're in control because it's in your house. I mean, that's the thing that I love that the doctor said at the end is nobody has to do anything to you, which I think is critical, because otherwise you got to get somebody to agree to massage you or pay for that, or make an appointment, or there's got to be other people involved. You're not in the driver's seat. With this, you're in the driver's seat. You can go to it every day. You can go to it just when you ache and have a solution. And Callie, I can't tell you how important it is that having ready access to decompression is to avoiding the pain, because the U.S. military proved it after doing a 6-year evaluation, and they found that the troops that inverted right after basic training were less likely to have joint injuries and joint pain. Because when you do something that throws out your back, it's at the easiest point to correcting it in that moment.
Makes sense.
Yes, but when you leave it, and you know this, if you've tweaked your back, in the morning it's gonna be worse because the spine is out of alignment, the muscles go, oh, whoa, whoa, this is not good. And they seize up and splint it, trying to protect it from further moving out of alignment. So if you can jump on the teeter and realign the spine immediately, you can avoid that whole process. And that's what the U.S. military learned during their evaluation.
That is huge. I mean, the U.S. military uses inversion. I mean, teeters inversion, because yes, and please don't buy a competitor. Don't buy something that's not a teeter table.
The U.S. military will not, because we are the only ones that have the UL safety certification. HSN will not, because we are the only ones with the safety certification. And that is key, because the other models, they come directly from overseas. There's no U.S. base here, and they use the wrong steel. That is the key. They use ordinary steel. Ours is heat treated, high carbon steel, and it can resist fatigue of cycling, because as you cycle back and forth, that creates some strain on the steel. And ours went through testing. It was stopped for time, and my dad jumped on and did sit-ups. The competitors were tested to the same standard. They failed at 10% of the UL specification.
Oh my gosh.
And it was broken and torn metal.
Oh
literally torn metal.
Gosh.
And again, the difference is we use the right steel, high carbon, heat treated. It's significantly stronger, significantly more durable.
That's why there's a UL stamp right on it. I mean, certified. So I know there's no more time in our presentation, and this is sadly the last show, the last time to see this price on the top of the line X3, the Fit Spine X3. when 27 years ago, the price was $10 more for the original table. This is insane what we're doing this weekend. We love to make this part of our new year experience because we all have resolutions. I think my biggest and most favorite resolution is I just don't want to live in pain.
Right.
I don't want to
live
take pills,
my best life.
and I want to live my best life.
I
want to be flexible.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that list that the FDA gave you approval to talk about, because that's huge.
It's huge because how many products can say that they're FDA registered for such an expansive list of back issues? Not just overarching back pain, but things like sciatica, spinal degenerative joint disease, herniated discs, spinal stenosis, spinal curvature due to tight muscles. The list goes on and on. The same as osteoarthritis, spinal degenerative joint disease, disc disease, all of these things where, you know, what are your options when you have this kind of pain? What can you do in your own home to really target the pain at the source? So many things require appointments or pills, and you're not in control. This is something where in 3 minutes, you can target your back and relieve this pain naturally at the source.
I am so excited for those of you who are doing this. I know many of you had your tables for years, and I have too, but this is the time. Do it while you still can at a price that you will not, I don't think you'll ever, I know you won't ever see this price again. This is the craziest, lowest price we've ever done. But it's the FitSpine X3, the top of the line. Thank you so much.
Callie. Happy New Year. I hope you guys all have a great year and that the teeter is part of making it better for you.
It is gonna make it better for you. It's free shipping. Do the flex pay if that helps you out. It'll be there in no time at all. I'll see you again in